Hi guys, just Hank for 1234 here. In today's video, this may be a sensitive topic to some viewers, which is, it's, 1 von 1, also known as the V1 or Gadoodle bug, as captured by American forces, so it's designed by myself, with no assistance really from anyone else. Just a couple of references to the Brickmanium one which they did a while ago, but it's on its trolley. So the V1 was a reprisal weapon used by the Germans at the end, towards the end of 44-45. Some were directed on London. Others were in the last closing stages of World War II. Some were directed on the Belgian port of Antwerp, on the Belgian coast, which at the time was a massive Allied supply depot. So they were used. They basically, the Allied tactic against the V1 was simply to get alongside it, as they were really fast jets, because it was controlled by a gyroscope, which meant that it had its course already preset. And with its course preset, it meant that if you got your aircraft wing underneath it enough, then you could use the airflow and flip it off, turn it off course. So it does come off its dolly, but I prefer to keep it on. The dolly is just simply the little Lego wheels from the airport cars and that sort of thing. They're the wheels. The white ones take on the snow thing. But anyway, back to that. So after the V1 had ended, the Germans launched the V2, which were a lot more deadlier as they inflicted a lot of casualties. So the V2 was a lot more devastating as it had no sound, whereas the Doodle bug, it had a familiar drone, you could say, so a drone that was distinctive to it, whereas the V2, it was silent, like a ballistic missile in effect. I think it basically went up into the sky as far as space as possible, about as high as the stratosphere. I'm not a scientist, but I think it's the stratosphere or pretty high, and then it would basically do a loop and, well, not do a loop, but it would go up and it would come down on the target. There was no defence against it because it was basically a supersonic missile in effect. There was the V3, which was a massive railway gun, though unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but luckily for us, the British, it never actually functioned. It was just didn't work. Well, it didn't work, but I mean, it was implemented too late to affect the outcome of the war. So anyway, based on a couple of American forces, in the Pacific, however, Japan, they launched a lot of kamikaze assaults, which basically obsolete aircraft with the intention of splattering them, well, not splattering, but ramming themselves into enemy ships or the like. Some were used, some were used to literally ram them. There was the Baka, which I think is basically translated as the idiot. Not sure on that one, but we will check it out. So it actually, the V1 and the V2, they basically a flop. The kamikazes, they didn't really actually, they worked to some extent, but at the cost of young men giving their lives for the Emperor. So I think that's about it. the teaser for our next video, which will hopefully be on Monday, is about a certain Spitfire. So I will see you then. Please like, share and subscribe. Good night.